Damn. Shit. All right, so let's get this John started. We're gonna be reviewing and reacting to the Senate meeting. This couldn't have happened today. Could it have? No. This was yesterday. I was getting ready to say. Today, all right, we're on the 15th. I know I wasn't tripping. This happened yesterday. January 14th, 2025. Let's hear what they talking about. House oversights and accountability committee holds an organizational meeting about what? Let's see.
Will the clerk, everyone has the amendment. Everyone has the Crockett amendment on the desk. Will the clerk please report the amendment?
An amendment to the rules of the Committee on Oversight and Government Reform for the 119th Congress is offered by Ms. Crockett of Texas.
Without objection, the amendment is considered as read. I reserve a point of order. The gentlewoman is recognized for 5 minutes to explain her amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. During the 118th Congress, Oversight Republicans disbanded one of the most important subcommittees in Congress, the Subcommittee on Civil Rights and Civil Liberties. And now in the 119th Congress, the chairman and House Republicans have decided to prioritize the demands of the real president, Elon Musk, and his billionaire friends over the needs of the American people. Now, we are about to approach the birthday of Martin Luther King. At the desk.
So there's 5. Will the clerk?
I know she ain't just say the real president, Elon Musk. Hold on 1 second. I'm so sorry. I just got to hear what she said correctly. That's why I just rewinded that John back. Because I'm like, she said the real president, Elon Musk? No, I know she tripping. Or maybe I'm tripping and I'm hearing things and I need to wake up. I don't know if I'm on cloud 9 right now.
Everyone has the amendment. Everyone has the Crockett amendment on the desk. Will the clerk please report the amendment?
An amendment to the rules of the Committee on Oversight and Government Reform for the 119th Congress is offered by Ms. Crockett of Texas.
Without objection, the amendment is considered as read. I reserve a point of order. The gentlewoman is recognized for 5 minutes to explain her amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. During the 118th Congress, Oversight Republicans disbanded one of the most important subcommittees in Congress, the Subcommittee on Civil Rights and Civil Liberties.
Okay.
And now in the 119th Congress, the chairman and House Republicans have decided to prioritize the demands of the real president, Elon Musk, and his billionaire.
The real president of what? Because I thought Trump was the president. Wait, I'm guessing he's a president of some type of. Listen, hold the fuck up.
To prioritize the demands of the real president, Elon Musk, and his billionaire. To prioritize the demands of the real president, Elon Musk, Republicans.
For point of order.
During the 118th Congress, Oversight Republicans disbanded one of the most important subcommittees in Congress, the Subcommittee on Civil Rights and Civil Liberties. And now in the 119th Congress, the chairman and House Republicans have decided to prioritize the demands of the real president, Elon Musk, and his billionaire friends.
Listen, if anybody else in the chat heard something else, let us shorty know. I'm going to let this play. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. Maybe I need to get the hell off of whatever cloud I woke up on this morning. But she says, I guess the real president, Elon Musk. I thought the president was going to be Trump, and before him, it was Biden. But I guess let's continue to listen to Ms. Crockett.
Over the needs of the American people. Now, we are about to approach the birthday of Martin Luther King. It's actually tomorrow. And on January 20th will be the inauguration of Donald Trump, but it will also be the observation of MLK Day. And the fact that we have decided that in this country, we are not going to honor civil rights should be something that we all take issue with. Considering the fact, for some that don't know what civil rights are about, because some people only believe that it deals with Black folk, let me explain. Civil and political rights are a class of rights that protect individuals' freedom from the infringement by governments, social organizations, and private individuals. They ensure one's entitlement to participate in the civil and political life of society and the state. Defined another way, the right to be free from discrimination, the freedom to worship as we choose, the right to vote for our elected representatives, the protections of due process, the right to privacy. If any of that sounds familiar, it is because these are rights that are born out of our Constitution,
Okay.
something that
We
we
all know that.
all supposedly have sworn an oath to, and we swear to not only, we don't just swear to it, we are supposed to protect those rights. Interestingly enough, we just had the funeral of one of our beloved presidents.
Yeah.
And I caught a flight to Austin on the day of the funeral. And I had the honor of sitting next to someone who was a little familiar with the White House. That person was Lucy
Alrighty.
Baines Johnson. And when I tell you that she is a wealth of information, I really mean that. And when we had an opportunity to talk about what she experienced as her father was president during a time in which, honestly, our country was on fire. And I would argue that, unfortunately, our country is on fire right now. When I first ran for office, I ran for the state house and said that we were in the midst of a modern day civil rights movement. And I have not been convinced otherwise just yet. But this is the daughter of the president that signed the Civil Rights Act of 1964. She was also there when he signed the Voting Rights Act of 1965. And to be perfectly honest, without that voting rights, I don't believe that I actually would have a seat in Congress. And so I do believe in preserving the fact that everyone should be entitled to real and true representation, because I do have a Section 2 seat as our Voting Rights Act has been decimated. But
I'm a little confused on that. Aren't we all entitled to vote? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, unless you're an immigrant, right? Aren't we all entitled to vote?
one of the stories that she told me was that her father asked her about coming over to the Congress for the signing of the bill as it relates to the Voting Rights Act. Now, for her, it was a bit inconvenient as an 18-year-old to have to leave the White House and go over to Congress. And she asked her father, why should we go over to the Congress, Daddy, to sign this particular bill? And she said, we need to go over to the Congress because we need to pay due respect to those members of Congress that knew that voting for this bill meant that they would not be returning to Congress, but they had the courage to do what was right for this country and make sure that everyone's voices were going to be heard.
Okay.
The one thing that we could do, the very small thing that we could do, is have a little bit of courage and decide that we are going to reinstitute this particular subcommittee, because unfortunately, I don't see the type of courage that the people that served back in the 60s had coming out of some of our colleagues. And so I'm asking you to do the courageous thing today.
I'm a little confused. I'm trying to see where she's leading to with this, right? Because, I mean, we got rights, right? We got women's rights and all that. I mean, I don't know what more we want to get out of women's rights, but little by little, I'll figure it out, I guess. And we could vote. So, I mean, as a woman in the United States, I've been able to vote. So I'm a little lost on where she's taking this to, right? I was told that it had to do with the men's and the women's rights, right? So let's see where she's going to lead this to, because I'm a little confused.
And just institute a subcommittee that would make
Subcommittee for
sure
what?
that we are looking out for those protections of everyone in this country, to make sure that we have real freedom, something that we all supposedly espouse to believe in. And with that, I will yield.
Mr. Chairman.
Ladies, time's expired. Any member seek recognition?
Yes.
Mr. Higgins? Oh, Ms. Mace was first. I'm sorry, Ms. Mace.